Okay, so thank you very much. Today we'll be looking at what we call disc profiling. Disc profiling. There's a particular part that I'm supposed to take now, but we will postpone it, right? And probably take it later. Disc profiling. So my name is Tinu Phillips Odufie, and it is my honor to lead our conversation today, centered around the MAXWELL disc method at Anchor to Thrive 2.0. Do we have the disc? Okay, thank you, technical. All right, so you'll be wondering that what is disc? So today what we are going to focus on, we'll be learning about ourselves, why we behave the way we behave, and also tend to understand others. You know, the Bible says that two cannot work together except they agree. And we realize that the next level of your life actually requires you working with people. No one grows in isolation. No one becomes successful in isolation. It's not possible. You can't also be an island of anything. The most important thing is that you need one person or someone nearby or someone far there to the next level. So since we are preparing for Anchor to Thrive and we're also moving to the next level, there is a need for us to understand our personalities, right? We'll be discussing strengths of each personality styles and also learn how to improve communication. So the major objective is actually to help us to understand people, to understand ourselves, and to be able to communicate in other people's languages, right? So that we can get the best out of them. If you are being assigned a project manager, how do you manage people to be able to get the job done? Because they all carry different personalities. You, as the leader of that particular project, also carry a different personality. But how do you harmonize, how do you leverage everyone's strengths, also speak to them in their own languages to deliver on that particular set goal? Okay, so the exercise we're supposed to take, I'm going to jump that because we don't have the materials in the hall yet. I'm going to jump that and move to. So what I will be sharing with you today is not all new, right? In fact, it is rooted in ancient history, and it was developed in modern psychology. And there was a time a man named William Marston, that was in 1928, he came up with a particular breakdown, right? Putting some personalities into different boxes. And then he came up with what we call disc. What do we mean by disc? We mean dominance, that's for D. I stands for influence. S stands for steadiness, and C stands for compliance. So it might be sounding like just mere words, but I'm going to explain them. So just to quickly give you a breakdown, do you know some people that they thrive when it comes to authority, when they're in authority? These people like power, not power per se, but authority. These people, all they know when they are leading a project is that they just want the job done. Whether you are crying or you are weeping, they just want it done. They are actually the go-getters when it comes to projects. Those are the people we call the Ds. They are focused on the task. They are not really focused on people. That is how they are wired. It is just their personality. And they are the kind of people you would want to give a task to. Reason being that these people will ensure that the work is done. The I, these are the people that they love to catch fun. If an I was to travel to the US today, all I will be thinking about is that, Sister Oyed I'm going to meet. My uncle this, that I'm going to. Pastor Maureen is in the US right now. We'll just catch up. Maybe we'll just touch Disneyland and all. That is all they'll be thinking about, right? But a D might be thinking about the goals that he or she wants to achieve right there. The things that needs to get done. Okay, let me start analyzing all the things that needs to be done, all the goals. While an I is thinking about the people he or she will connect with. So if we have some D's in the house, can I have your hand up? If you know that you are actually like you, it sounds like you somehow. You just want to get the job done. There's no need for all this bang, 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 bang that we are doing. Let's just get the job done. Do we have D's in the house? Please stand up, let people see you. Stand to your feet, let us all know you. Please put your hands together for the D's in the house. Thank you. Okay, for the I's that you know they are, It's about catching my phone. No, I just want to be happy. Happy people, this world is... Please stand to your feet, let them honor you. These people will make the whole place lively. They will bring life to everywhere. These people can meet you up at a party, connect with you, collect your number. You gist about their life and everything. But guess what? After collecting their number, once they leave that place, they will never call you again. Why? Because they have people like you everywhere they go. They make friends everywhere. That's how they connect. You think you are the most important, but it's a lie. So let's put our hands together for them. Hi, could you please stand again? Let people honor you. And you are shy. They are shy now. Mommy said, well, true. I know that. All right, so now we move to the next. We call them the S. For the S, these are loyal people. They are loyal when it comes to friendship. They are not so particular about standing on the stage. The stage is not what matters to them. They just want the job done. They want to give you the support. They are mostly the backbone of many projects because they get the work done. They give you support, right? But they really don't go after power. They don't go about the stage. You don't need to see them, but they do the work. These people are the best people you can have on a team. Can we have your hand up if it sounds like, wow? Please stand to your feet. Let's honor them. All right, please be seated. That sounds nice, and I think it is so true. This is my mommy here. Me, I know. Because even the work she's been doing in this church since we started, it sounds like S. So now we go to the C, the compliance. For the compliance, who are they? These people, all these things I'm even saying, they're already wondering. Why would you say that people are categorized? Where's the fact? Where's the data? Do we have trend analysis? What they're looking at is that they actually need the numbers. If you give me the numbers, I will go by your analysis. But if it doesn't make sense, you are just telling me rhetorics and all that. These people, they work with facts, data. Do we have them in the house? If you can't prove it, who is raising hand? Nobody. So we don't have C here. But to be candid, right, the point is that we are actually... So what are you, ma'am? What are you? Because you didn't raise your hand since. Did you hear your personality? Yes. S. Oh, SC. Oh, when I called C, you didn't raise your hand. You did. Okay, please stand to your feet. I didn't clap for C now. Stand to your feet, let them honor you. All right, so the reason for this is actually not to box you. Because most times we are actually a mix of many of them, not one. But you have some that are dominant. And when you see that that one is dominant, what you need to do is actually to analyze it. Look at the strength and also the weaknesses, right? Once you're able to identify the strengths, you can build on the strength. When you identify the weaknesses, you can then now work on the weaknesses, right? So that it doesn't affect you in life, so you can improve on yourself and all that. So we see that people evolve from time to time. All right, so the Maxwell DISC method personality indicators, we have DICS. We have DICS. You can move further. Let me see if you're there. Technical. So we have the DICS. We have outgoing, people-oriented, reserved, task-oriented, right? It's actually placed somewhere. We have outgoing, people-oriented. So if we say outgoing, the outgoing, who can, from the analysis that I just did, who are the outgoings? Huh? The influencers, yes. Did you identify any other one that is also outgoing? If somebody likes authority, like project, is focused on the work, D, correct. The D's and the I's are actually the outgoings. They love to step out. They love to be out there. They love to be in charge. I'm just speaking to, they love to be seen. Then we now have task-oriented. Who are the task-oriented? D, task-oriented. And C, task-oriented. We are too brilliant here. Please put your hands together. Okay, so nice. It's making the job easier for me. All right, now we now have people-oriented. Who are the people-oriented? From the analysis we've done, the small one. The I, people-oriented, and S, people-oriented, exactly. They are focused on the people. How would they feel while dealing on the project? Yes, they want the job done, but they're also thinking about how people would feel. The D's, let's get the job done. There's no need for all this paracord. Let's just get the job done. Why are you crying? You understand? Why are you crying? It's not emotional. It's not what? It's not personal. It's not personal. Let's just get the job done. But for the eyes are already looking at it that, she's crying. Please, they can drop the job and say, let's focus on this person first. Let's manage the situation. They would prioritize people and people's feeling over the job. And there is a risk there, you know. And also for the D's and the C's, you know that those ones, they are focused more on the task. Let this job be done. So there's also a risk there, but there is something good in there because you know that you can always hand over a project to them. All right, so the reserved. Who are the reserved? Who do you think is reserved? That will get to an elevator and be praying that let nobody be inside this elevator. Eh? S. And who? Thank you. S and C. They are reserved. So you guys were seeing the origin on the wall. I thought you were so brilliant. I didn't know you were copying. Okay, so now we move to the next. All right, so next I would like to do the analysis further, just to break it down so we see. So we'll be looking at the, that's actually the D's. For now, the D's, according to experts, they say that D's are 3% in the world. There are not many. And that was why when I did the sampling here, when we said the D's should stand, we didn't have more than like 3 that stood up. So which means that there are not many. The D's are 3%. The D's seek control. They seek control. They are decisive. Even amongst your children, you can identify some D profile personalities right there. They seek control. In fact, when daddy is failing at some things, you just realize that boy is already, Mom, are you okay? Are you the one to solve the problem? But he will ask. He wants to be the man. As in, when they identify that there is a gap, they step up to the task. So you know that they seek control. They are decisive. They are direct, and they are result-oriented. Result-oriented. Does it sound like it is positive? Does it sound positive? Very positive. If I really want to give somebody a project to handle for me, and I want to go to sleep, I might probably just give a D. But that doesn't mean that they have the best, right? Because everyone's got strength. But what helps you is the fact that you as a person, you've identified your dominance and your dominant personality, and then you've worked on the weakness. Whether you are C, D, I, or S, you working on the weakness is what makes you better. And when they ask you, which is the best personality? Which is the best personality? Hello, team. Are you with me? Or have I lost you? Okay. Which is the best personality? Eh? Okay. I is because you are I. What about you? Eh? S because you are S. Okay. All. It is true. It is my own personality that is the best. So we are saying it is your personality that is the best, right? Every personality is good. But the most important thing, you look at your weakness. Is your weakness really, is it surfacing more than your strength? You have to work on it. So every personality is good. I guess everybody can guess my personality. What? Eh? Ironio. They called me Dio. Influencer, thank you, Jare. They called me D. But I have D, I have I too. I have I and D, it's true. Okay, so thank you very much. And then there are 3% in the world. These 6 results, active multitasker, they are driven by authority. Once you give them authority, they are in charge, and they begin to perform. Will easily try to take control. embraces any change that will help them get results. Very comfortable responding to direct confrontations. They are okay with it. You want to bring it on. I'll give you, I'll put you in your place. They are okay with it. Let's have the conversation. No, come into my office. They are okay with such confrontations. Treasures loyalty. Yes, they love it when people are loyal to them on their team. They look out for those kind of people and they connect well with them. But the greatest fear of the D is being taken advantage of. They don't like it when people take advantage of them. So now we move to the strengths further. They are bold, they are confident, they are decisive, they are productive, strong-willed, independent, positive, persistent, excels in emergencies. When there is emergency, yes. In fact, that is when their power comes to the fore. They believe that there's nothing we can't crack, let's move. And when there is crisis also, the Ds will step up to the game. Motivate others to action, goal-oriented, values business-related socializing, comfortable leading, thrives on resistance. So those are the Ds, the strengths of the Ds. Now we'll also be looking at the obstacles of the Ds. That is somehow like, we don't like calling it weaknesses, we like calling it a work in progress areas, right, of the Ds. Now let's go to the obstacles. Argumentative, inconsiderate, opinionated, because they are used to leading and giving direction, so they believe they know. Opinionated, not complimentary. Like you can be work, they don't, as in let's just get the job done. They are carried away. It's not their fault, carried away, right? Possessive, does not apologize. So if you have a D as a husband, you have to just understand that it is his personality. He can beg you in other ways, maybe by buying you gifts. I think we were discussing it. He can buy you by just moving past that matter. Don't dwell too much by saying that, boy, you did not say I'm sorry. He is a work in progress. If you're sorry, but saying I'm sorry is just, but in Christ Jesus, we are always transformed day by day. So you give him time to get there. It's not easy for him. So back to the obstacles. So strong-willed, independent, no, the obstacles, please. All right, yes. So we said possessive, does not apologize, domineering, insensitive, impatient, cannot relax, unforgiving, can appear cold. Many of us, we've grown past it. We are working on some, but we've grown past some, you understand? But that doesn't change the fact that we are Ds. All right, so let's go to the next one. That's for the eyes. But before we go to the eyes, I want us to play a video. There's a video. Technical, please play this video. Are we good? Or should I move on? I should move on. All right. Okay, so we move to the next, and that is the eye. For the eye, who are they? They said they are 11% in the world. They are 11% in the world. They are persuasive. They are spontaneous. If you know me, I'm very spontaneous, so I can think of something. Pastor Maureen has given me query before. She said, Tinu, calm down. I don't work like that. You just think about it now and you want all of us to move around. Calm down. You have to plan. So it's a weakness. I won't lie to you. But we are working on it. So spontaneous, persuasive, friendly, spotlight. They enjoy spotlight.
Thank you all for sticking with it.
Okay, my video is up.
This has been the worst quarter in the history of the lady scarf industry. Thank you all for sticking with it. This has been the worst quarter in the history of the lady scarf industry. Who knew it was going to be 80+ degree weather most days? But I have it on high authority that the new CEO of our company is going to do great things. And I give you John Smith.
All right, team. All right, team. I'm a no-huddle offense kind of guy, so I'm cutting right to the chase. We're gonna blitz the market with something brand new, a line of socks. They're gonna make you feel as fast as Deion Sanders, but you're gonna look like prime time. We've got the ball, and we're ready to take it to the house. You, name. All right, you, name.
It's Kim.
Karen. Can you picture this team in the red zone, ready to punch it in?
It's Kim.
I can too, Karen. I can too. That's why I've added something to sweeten the deal for everybody this quarter. That's right, my season tickets. We make gold this quarter, you're all gonna tailgate with me on opening day. Now, who's got questions?
No huddle, red zone. Do they sell scarves?
Those are sports metaphors. Okay, so you're not a football fan, are you? Let me try doing this a different way. So, at my last company, we were a paper company, and I turned them into a paper and envelope company. It was a huge opportunity for us to do a ton of great things with a very similar product that complemented what we already did. That's what I see here. You guys are a scarf company. I know you have the expertise. I've seen your work. It's going to be a bit of a stretch, but together as a team, we can take our share of the sock market too. Now, who's with me?
All right, so thank you. So from what we've just watched, how many personality did you see? Please pass the mic around for people who really want to engage me. Okay, how many personalities did you see?
Two.
Two. Can I have them? You just said two. You don't know them. Finish it.
The D and the I.
Correct, in one person. What he did was that he first went as a D, and then he engaged them because the company wasn't doing well. So this is the problem. In fact, did you also notice what he did? When he asked for the name, and the lady gave a name, he didn't catch the name because his mind was not on the person. The person said Kim, he said Karen. You understand? And then all of a sudden, he realized that I wasn't connecting, because what happens most times is that when we are in a D personality and it is coming at people, we are focused on the task. What happens is that we are just trying to get the job done. It's for the good of everyone, of the organization. Your bonus will be fat. Your salary will be consistent. Yes, we are doing this for everyone. But what happens is that people, you are motivating people, you are charging people, you want them to be focused on the goal. But people see somebody doing, that's all they see. And that is why we feel we can adjust just a bit, right, and connect a bit. So the reason we are studying this is actually to learn to communicate, not just in the way you would like to be communicated to, but the way others would like to be communicated to. Because the most important in communication is actually the person getting and also being influenced to do what you want them to do. Okay. So we already analyzed that video. We'll move to the next, and that is for the I that we were talking about. There are 11% in the world, according to statistics. Persuasive, spontaneous, friendly, and love the spotlight. They seek friendly environment, always active, relationship-oriented, emotional and animated. Great storyteller. He switched to the I, and he was telling them a story about how they transformed one company. And they were motivated. If it can happen, it can be here. And then encourager treasures great experiences with others. Spontaneous. This spontaneity will always come up. Greatest fear is rejection and loss of approval. When they are rejected and they don't have the approval, they are not happy. So strength, persuasive, generous, charismatic, friendly, talkative. comfortable in the spotlight, social, spontaneous, creative, very creative, really. And that's why they are spontaneous. As they think it, they just want, even if they don't have all the resources or all the plans, they don't even know how to get there. They will now start and realize that, this thing, they jive. Oh. Inspires others. Charming, likable, fun, optimistic, very optimistic. Obstacles. Let's go to the obstacles. The obstacles are bad, though. Let's go, but it's not bad. We said it's not bad. Eyes, do you feel bad? We don't feel bad. We are working on it. All right, undisciplined, undependable, disorganized, naive, can appear funny. Do you know that part? That part is because, like I told you about meeting I at an event, I will connect with you. You think you are the best thing that has happened to them. But they will collect your number and say, let's connect, let's not be strangers. And then they are gone. When they go, they don't call you. They don't call you because they have people like you everywhere else. That's how they connect everywhere they go, right? So then you might not look at it that, she appears to be not sincere, or you understand that kind of thing. Like, she's not real. But no. They are real while they are with you. But it's just that they've moved on with life. Distracted, impulsive, needs the spotlight, forgetful, doesn't listen, doesn't follow through, wastes time, talks too much, overcommitment. I'll tell you when I got healed from these overcommitments. Because you think more about people, right? You want to serve almost everybody, so you say yes to almost everything. I went for a training, and that is why I said everybody is a work in progress. I went for a training, and they told me you must learn to say no. In fact, every time you say no, give yourself a pat on the back and say, have done well. Learn to say no. And because I say yes to almost everything, even if I don't have it, by the time I say yes, okay, I will now start disturbing the next person to say, please, I need you to borrow me because I want to go and meet another person's need. I don't have. But by the time I say yes, it now becomes my problem because I've committed. I'll then have to go meet people to say, please, I need you to borrow me this thing. I'll return it to you, and then so as to be able to meet the other person's need. But if you can't meet up with the timeline, you can't meet up, say no. Reason being that it makes people then now think you are insincere. You understand? It makes people think that you are phony. But no, it is actually because of your people-pleasing part of you. So learn to, if you don't have capacity, I'm sorry, I can't deliver at this particular point. I won't be able to do this. So I think it was that training that helped me. It was an official training that helped me to know that it's okay to say no. It is okay, because once you are overcommitted to many people, there is no how. You are human. You will fail some. And those people will record a bad experience with you. And that brings a dent to your personality. So many eyes here will say that, oh, I don't have this. It is true you don't have them because you've worked on it. But you have tendencies. But because you have worked on it, it doesn't get to reflect. But the tendencies are there. All right, so I'll move to the next video. Technical, are you ready? I have another video for everybody to watch.
Hey, Mary. Got some more reports from procurement for you to process. Sort of reminds you of Office Space, huh? The movie? TPS reports? Guess you're too young for that, huh?
Well, I was still in diapers when you were, getting back into diapers.
Yeah, well, this old geezer could probably help you with those. You know all the codes by heart. Let me know. LMK.
Sure. If I need help, I'll,
I do indeed.
That's the 25th day of Mary in the office.
Hey, Mary. I wonder if you could help me with something. Minecraft.
Listen, Gary. I appreciate what you're doing, but I'm not 12, and I have reports to process.
Hey, I'm just trying to get through to a friend.
Get through to a friend? You know, that's a song lyric.
Yeah, 20-pound sledge. They were in town last week, you know.
Yeah, I was there. Wait, you weren't...
Oldest guy in the mosh pit.
Oh my gosh, you're a legend.
Try telling that to my grandkids.
So really, I can be consistent. They can be consistent. They can't just imagine having a seatmate at work and you don't talk. Life will not be okay. You understand? And that is why most times eyes love to work, but they want the work to be fun. If work is fun, they bring life to the work so that it doesn't seem like work. That is how they get their life going. But a situation whereby it is not fun, it is hard work, they won't stay in that company for long. So that means you have to be creating some fun activities and all that. It helps them to stay. So they can't just imagine that a boring person is sitting beside them and they can't bring life out of the person. So it took him 20-something days. He broke into that space, and Mary was able to let him in because they identified on a common ground. So for communication also, right, you must find a common ground with whoever you're trying to communicate with. It was that song that helped them to bond, right? And that is why on everything, you're working with a colleague, you're working with the boss. You know, sometimes when you just realize that somebody is pregnant, you now realize that you guys are closer. Why? Because you could remember your own pregnancy. How is it doing? When my own? In fact, my cheek was like this. My leg was swollen. So before you know it, you now realize that it was that common ground that brought you into each other's spaces, and you are connecting like sisters even at work. It could be anything. Now we move to the S. So timer, please, if you need me to stop at any point in time, let me know. All right, so S, for the S, we're talking about those who are steady. They are team-oriented. They follow through. They are loyal. They love acceptance. So they seek a team environment, very loyal, easygoing, and agreeable, evenly paced, good listener, compassionate, treasures peaceful relationship. They don't like trouble. They are there to support you. They want the job done. They will give you, as in they are the backbone that every organization most times rely on, because they just get the job done. They are supporting the leaders, helping the leaders. The D's will always like these guys on their team. The D's will always have. Maybe the D's might probably not like the I's, because those one will just be talking about now. So maybe, but we all work together if we understand our personalities, right? And understand that we have strengths to leverage. So these are the S. The S, they really don't like it when you disapprove them or you are angry at them, you shout at them. They are supporting you. They want you to accept them. They love acceptance, but they will always be loyal to you. And that is why most S hardly leave one organization. It is S that you will see, they've been working in one organization for 15 years. You say, how did you do it? They'll be wondering, how don't you know how to do it? So for their strength, they are hard worker, team player, stable, secure, sentimental, they feel your pain, saver, reserved, close friendships, faithful, finds the easy way, great listener, peaceful, routine-oriented, supportive. They can be doing one thing for 15 years. They are not tired. And they'll retire at it. Right? 1 minute, please. Okay. All right, thank you. So they are very supportive and routine-oriented. So we'll go quickly to the obstacles because my time managers are already giving me signal. But are you enjoying it? Thank you. Okay, so for the obstacles, we have can be too laid back. can be too laid back, sarcastic, resist change, slower pace. They resist change because they really don't like disruptions. Like something just come into and disrupt the whole place. You just want them to, they won't even know what to do. Like, what can I do? As in, it will destabilize them. So, resist change, slower pace, slow to start, difficult saying no, needs reassurance, not always direct. So I'm just trying, they are not always direct. Shuts down in confrontation. You know those people that when you are trying to have confrontation with them, before you know it, they just look at it that, let me just give up on this. But they have things they want to say on their mind. But they can't just continue the conversation. Possessive, skeptical, indecisive, may not speak up. Which means that if you're working with them, you have to make it intentional to engage them. If not, you might never hear that you are not doing the right thing or that you are not leading them well. You might never hear. You have to make it intentional to get feedback from them. So now we move to the compliance. For compliance, they are compliant. They are analytical. They are planners. They love accuracy. And that was why I told you, all these things I'm saying, the compliance in the house will be looking at, I need facts. Where's the data? Where's the trend analysis to back this? We can't just be dealing with rhetorics. You're just coming to say, as in, where's the fact? Do we have people? You understand? They deal with numbers. They don't just go with. So, and they want things done structurally. It should be this way. They're already saying that. So you guys have people like that. No, Allah. Okay, I see. Okay, please hug a compliant person beside you. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Accuracy. Planner. They want, give me facts. Don't just come and be saying, so, and me, I can do that. I can come to you and say, if we now do this, before we know it, and they're like, didn't we do this last year? But we did this last year. Where is the report? You guys should have analytical of this, that. I thought this would be a plug and play. You understand? So that's it. We need data. But some of us will now go to their front and be giving. We are just here and there. We are not together. But we are working on it. Praise the living Jesus. So they are planners. They like it accurate. If they are traveling to wherever, they would ensure that they put in place things. They are already checking their list. Pum, pum, pum. But the eyes, remember, the eyes is not thinking about booking the flights, ensuring that the timing and everything, the C's will look at the train that they are going to pick from here, as in maybe in the UK. But the eyes are not bothered about all those things. It is until they get there, they will not realize that, how am I even going to get to my hotel? Let me start checking this. And that's why someone like me, I love traveling with my husband. Even when it is official, I will say, take your leave during that official time. He will say, why? Because I don't think about all those details. I want him to think about the details. If I'm traveling to connect here, it should be your job. Me, I just want to go and do what I want to do. The people I'm going to meet are the people that I'm so bothered about. But we will be delivered today. Amen. All right, so seeks an environment that honors logic and facts. Like I told you, we are a mix of everything, a mix of most of this, but we have the dominant sides of us from time to time. So they are compliant, conscientious, accurate, detail-oriented, treasures perfection. Treasures perfection. So when you're going to them, please have your facts. You'll be able to wow them. They will say, wow, that's brilliant. I'm happy to see that. You've done your homework. Analytical, genius, prone, self-sacrificing, idealistic, high-quality work, orderly and organized, logical, persistent, planner, finishes what they start, data-driven, gathers facts, deep thinker, serious, carries out work correctly. They don't leave those gaps. It has to be plugged. Now, obstacles, just like every other person has, we have moody, critical, social insecure, rigid, legalistic, over-analyzes, appears cold and distant, prefers to work alone, hard to please, slow to start, analysis paralysis, perfectionist, avoid risk, may not see the big picture. Right? And many of us, we've overcome this, like I said earlier, because we know that we are work in progress. All right, so I have a video, technical. Let's go to the video.
The last delivery to our client promised an arrival time of 2 p.m. 2:04 is not 2 p.m. I expect excellence from every member of our team, and I'm going to experience that excellence moving forward. Am I right? Very good. Wow. She's so organized. This is gonna save me hours, days. Kim Miller to Ricky Ford's office. Kim Miller, report to my office.
Oh, she hates the reports.
2:04 is not 2 p.m. I expect excellence from every member of our team.
Oh man, I can't afford to lose this job. Okay. Get it together, Kim. You gave her what she wanted. Okay, I mean, take it like an adult. You can do this.
Kim Miller, report to Ricky Ford's office immediately. These are awesome. You paged? Kim, I sincerely can't believe the quality of this work. Did you do this? Yeah. This is really, really good. I couldn't have done it better myself. Oh, did I miss something?
I thought you were gonna fire me. You're so particular and immediately, and I mean,
No, Kim, how could I fire the woman that single-handedly saved me days of work and may have set the bar for our department and how we do our reporting? No, I was going to compliment you, thank you, and talk to you about how to teach this to others, how to deliver like this as manager of the department.
but our department doesn't have a manager, though.
It does now. Congratulations.
Isn't that sweet? Okay, two personalities that we noticed there. Can I have them? S and C, right? Okay, so good. S and C. For the boss, who was the boss? What personality? C. And even while she meant well, the tone when she called, she was not concerned about it. I would like to see you in my office right away. And that one was just wondering, they are going to fire me and all. So which means that you can communicate in the language of the C's. And they have a particular way they love to be connected with or communicated to. If you have your facts, you've done your assignment, they will love you, right? So if you have a boss at work who is a C, you already know how to communicate, right? Don't just go with some things that they don't have facts, they don't have numbers, they don't have. If you can do maybe your graph analysis and showing him, okay, this is what I've observed, you just realize that the person says, wow, this is brilliant and all. So that is that for, I think we've captured the 4. So the next is that the reason I said it earlier, we are looking at this is because of communication. So we can communicate right with our children, communicate right with our spouses, communicate right with our partners, communicate right at work with our team members and also our bosses in the language that they understand, not just the way we want to be communicated to, but the way they would understand. Connecting increases your influence in every situation. In every situation, it increases your influence. Do we guys know Amazon Echo? Or do you know, I know we are more familiar with Siri. Do you know Siri? iPhone Siri. Exactly. So every time you talk to Siri, Siri responds to you the same way. Same voice, same way. Right? And the point is that we are not Siri. Because Siri is actually AI. Is machine. We are human. And you're also dealing with humans. And that is why you have to understand human beings so you can function well with them. If you want your team to perform optimally and you don't want to understand them, you just want the job done, there will be issues. Because people have to be happy. So you can combine focusing on the task and also influencing people to deliver on the task, right? I'll move to the next because we are rounding up. We need to treat people with the platinum rule. The platinum rule is different from the golden rule. Golden rule says treat everyone how you would like to be treated. The platinum rule says treat others how they would like to be treated. So it's not one size fits all. All right, communication with a D. I want to quickly just take you through communication with different personalities. With a D, when you're communicating with them, be brief, be direct, and straight to the point. Don't be talking to a D and say that, they said that, okay, have you gone to see the customer? And so when I came out, I drove to iTech Road. So there was actually a man there that was, by the time I now crossed to the other side, just go straight to the point. They don't want the stories. You bore them. When you are giving them what they didn't ask for, did you see the client? Yes, I saw the client, and I have delivered the form. He has executed the form. We get it delivered to the office tomorrow. As in, it is just as simple as that. All those extras frustrate a D. They want you to be concise, direct. Just give me the information and let's move on. Ask what, not how questions. When you're dealing with a D boss or spouse, when you go to them, you can ask what, not how. So every time you are not in charge, like you're always asking for, how will I now do it? I want to start a business, so how will I now start? You know, it just irritates them that you should be in charge. You should have done some homework. Focus on results. Don't ramble. Discuss a problem and its effect on outcomes. Next is communicating with an I. Don't do all the talking. Don't, because they too, they need space. They need that time to talk. So you are going to sell to them. In fact, we do it for salespeople. You are going to sell to an I. You are just talking. So if you use this product, so when my mommy used it, no. I also need space to talk. You will share it together. So you want to ask that, so ma'am, what exactly is you are asking what? As you're asking those what questions, the eye is coming out of the shell. You say that, so what is your major need? Okay, have you ever traveled before you realize that you have some concierge services issues? How was your experience? Now, I can remember when I went to, was it not Afghanistan at that point? You know, there was even something that, do you know what? You'll be able to get them because they will buy from you. You've allowed them to talk, express themselves. In their own mind, they've connected with you, right? So allow them. You don't do all the talking. Don't ignore their ideas. I've said something now. You are not focused on that. You've moved to the next. I said another thing. You've moved to the next. I appreciate it. Oh, that sounds great. Oh, wow. And all that. Follow up with the details in writing. Follow up with the details in writing. Why? Because everything you've said, it might just have gone like that. Everything they've said that you've said, because they still need it to be documented, so you've captured it, you've documented it, so they can read afterwards. Because whatever they say, yeah, they could have forgotten. You know, we said weakness. They can forget easily. So if you are selling to them, you want them to buy something, you want them to do something, ensure that after the engagement, you document it and share with them. 4 short 10-minute discussions are better than 1 40-minute discussion. All right, so to the next, we'll be looking at communicating with an S. Create a friendly tone for the discussion. Remember, S, they are loyal people, and they are also people, as in they want to connect with you. So you must take into their consideration their feelings. So create a friendly tone for the discussion. Show interest in them as a person. Don't be overly aggressive. Don't be overly aggressive. Minimize the potential for confrontations because they don't like it. It scares them. Give definition to the goal and everyone's role. So you have to just break down, if you are the boss, break down whatever you want them to do. Give them time to adjust to any changes because disruptions disrupt them. And they're able to quickly adjust, you understand, to the new change. Communication with a C, provide all the details. I think we've really dwelled on that one. Use validated facts. Be precise in your explanation. Be very specific. Be very specific with the C. Be patient. Answer all their questions and follow up to provide them with the additional data they request. Do you think a C would love you if you do this? How many C's do we have in the house? But we confessed that time that we are. I've told you that these things are not bad though. It's just showing. So who are the C's? We had some C's in the house not quite long. So okay, there was somebody there that said, okay, she's the one. It doesn't matter. Please give her a round of applause. She's great at what she has improved on it. So it's not the obstacles we are focusing on. We are focusing on the strength. So we honor every personality in the house. So building effective relationship with people is very important. So as we close, we want you to identify one thing that really sticks in your mind from all we have shared today. Do we have the mic? Mic? Okay. Who would like to share one thing that he or that she has learned, that she's taken away today? It means I didn't do my job. Okay, thank you for bailing me out. I wanted to say that I didn't do my job.
So thank you.
Thank you too.
I've learned how to better communicate with people.
Nice.
Because if you understand where people are coming from and their personality, it helps you to be able to communicate more effectively with them. That way, you're always result-oriented and the goal is being achieved.
Achieved. Hallelujah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And now, another thing. Is there somebody, I want another question. I want someone to tell me, somebody that after listening to this, you believe will be the best, the best or highest benefactor of this thing you've learned today. Not that you are going to teach them all, but you react to them the best way, a better way. Okay, if I say they are going to give you $1 million for answering this one, will you answer it? Oh yeah, answer it. God will give you the $1 million. Please, help me trace the people that said yes. So please raise your hand. Mommy Ndubisi, thank you. Put your hands together. That's the most difficult question. Who is that person that you think will enjoy from a better you after this?
My second daughter.
Aww.
My second daughter.
Why? Tell us story now. Influencers like stories.
She is a combination of D and C.
Oh.
She's focused. She wants things to be done. She wants analytical, whatever.
Yeah.
She wants to see what you are presenting.
Yeah.
To be able, in fact, I don't like talking with her most times because she will begin to give me some analysis and all those things, and they get me confused.
Wow.
So I think I'll be able to relate better with her.
Mommy, you have to go back to school. That's what to communicate with her. You have to go and do your research. Okay, so that is good. And I also think that, every day we learn. I believe that also because I school myself all the time, I think my boss will enjoy a better me. I think my husband, most importantly, will enjoy a better me. Because I'm telling my husband, I'm spontaneous. This business, we can start now. And then my husband is looking at it that, okay, who has done it before that you've engaged? So have you done your environmental scan? So what are the resources required to deliver? Do you have the resources at hand? So what's the failure rate of the, and then you wonder that on top waiting just to start one small business. So, but that is the language they understand. If you want to get money from those kind of people, you've done your document, you've put all the facts, you've put up the trend, and you're coming to say, these are the challenges that I might encounter, but I've already done this, done that. They will bring out the money because you've done the work. So thank you very much, everyone. At this point, we'll call it a day on DISC personality analysis. Thank you.